Welcome back, everyone. You're back with Dragonwolf, playing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. And we're going to pick it up on One Tree Hill. Now, I remember you got to do something with this.
A young tree grew at the edge of the drop.
And I'm now going to be doing slightly longer recordings just because I'm dying to remember what happened. This is the last sort of thing that I remember. And even before now, after I left Paris up till now, it was a bit patchy. So, let's see what happens. And why we're on a hill. Clearly a branch is going to help.
I damaged that tree enough. Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock.
Alright, Camden George.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point. With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot. I could see that crack would make a good...
Wrong thing. No, no, right thing. That tiny twig is going to hold all of his weight.
Well, that looked really safe. But I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria.
I'd have personally used the metal sewer thing, but you know, you want to trust yourself to a twig, you go right ahead, son. Right, this is the thing I hate about old 1986 games. It's like going in here, I have no idea what is happening, but I can clearly see this has got something to do with it. So the old Looney Tunes advert, something was just off colour, you're like, that's going to move soon.
I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No blade took my hand off at the wrist, and no scorpion stung me, for which I was very grateful. But there was something in there. A metal ring, as wide as my hand.
A metal ring, yeah. Maybe we should fill it with a toilet chain. No. With the thing? Maybe we should just fill it.
I took a firm hold of the ring. I tried not to think of death traps, and pulled. Whoa!
Ta-da! Oh there, bald eagle. Well, this guy
Around the corner,
clearly
I
didn't
found
do
a
well.
corpse. Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I hardly
Klausner.
had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again.
Also known as Indiana Klausner.
Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me. I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
I think he may have died of, you know, asphyxiation or something like that. Right, oh
Whatever
God.
had been in the bottle had been drunk. Klausner must have died of thirst and dehydration.
That's the one, not asphyxiation.
I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead. I've done more fun things in my life than searching a corpse, but as my life expectancy wasn't great, I figured I should try every new challenge that came my way. I cautiously flicked open the jacket.
Are you kidding? You were right in there when you were in the cafe in
Hey.
Paris.
What's this? I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball. There was nothing else in the pouch. I searched the corpse. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international conspirators would go around better equipped.
You would think, wouldn't you?
I'd searched Klausner once. There was nothing on his body. Bullwhips might be handy for exploring ancient ruins, but they're no use when you're trapped in a cave. Klausner clearly fancied himself as a latter-day Indiana Jones.
Mate, you've taken everything from a red nose to a dirty tissue. You're not going to take an actual tool? Oh dear.
I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it. A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries.
This handy dandy map of what looks like Great Britain. Excuse me.
I couldn't take the inscription with me. All I could do was stare at it and try to memorize it. In occidenta sita est, in ora mundi. Okay, that would have to do.
Looks like a dog sitting up and begging.
The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar. My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar! Don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are!
It's not Ultar.
You!
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in the most unusual places. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart.
Please don't shoot me in the dick. One thing I've always attributed to in life that I want to achieve is to not be shot in the
Now
dick.
then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
Yes, he's in there.
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about? Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
No.
No, nothing.
So, why is this location important? What did the Templars hide here if not an artifact?
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
Latin? Do you remember it, Mr. Stobart?
Yes.
What did it say?
In accidenta sita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
Love
But
this
I
guy.
can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now.
Here, wait a minute.
Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Like a man?
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stobart. A rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
Yeah. Well,
Am I seriously gonna actually get to use this on this guy? Beautiful! wonder what happens if you say like a dog.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, George.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Aye, alright. Have it, George. Thought it was supposed to be all business. You know. Hey. Apparently we want to talk about Andre Lobigno.
Just how long have you known Labino?
Andre? We met at college. He helped me out when I was a fresher. Showed me around, that sort of thing.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is. I rarely see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little lesser at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
Oh, really? Lens.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used
me?
for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
Obviously. Do you like a toilet chain?
I brought you a present from Syria.
Oh, George, you shouldn't have bothered. What is it?
This.
A necklace. It's rather heavy.
Ethnic craftsmanship at its most
Oh,
rustic.
son.
Of course, I love it.
You do?
It will always remind me of you.
Seriously? She took that shit? Alright, okay.
Let's
Aye.
take another look at the manuscript.
So the first gift you ever got her
There's a guy with a sword.
was a
and
toilet
bull.
chain.
Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
I'll leave
There's
the
a guy working on a loom.
guy for last.
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Finally, what we're looking for.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Onward, I
Better
suppose.
get back to the quest.
Right. Where do we want to go? Museum, maybe? Yeah, museum.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been?
Georgie?
Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta sita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said,
Can I
it's a
map
treasure map.
are? Okay. Show him the lens?
No way.
Okay,
Thanks for your
apparently
help,
not.
Andre.
You're welcome.
Apart from trying to muscle his way in on Nico, whatever her face is. He seems a thoroughly nice guy. And to the church. Why can't I go to the church? Oh wait, Montfaucon was the church, wasn't it? Aha! talk to the guy. Before
Hello
the
again,
wreckage
Father.
statue.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
Have you ever seen anything like this lens?
No, never. The glass seems subtly colored in some way.
Yeah.
Yes, it
I've
does.
never noticed that before. Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Will it let me break the thing?
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Right, so I can't use that yet for whatever reason. It did say it was ringing a Spanish bell though, and we could go to Spain. So I'm going to go to Spain. You know, George, who has no money, and can just fly to Spain. Maybe just credit card and all. It's a huge, like, £4 credit bill by the end of it. Villa de Vascolenas? This looks nice. I couldn't see that, but okay. Some of the cuts are a bit of a pain in this game now.
I'm no student of architecture, but the little building looked old. I wondered if it was some sort of summer house.
Let's just walk through the water to go talk to the guy.
Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
He looks evil.
wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Oh, yeah?
And that more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know about the
But I
Templars?
said no.
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Have you ever seen a lens like this before?
No, senor. Never.
Again, under the guise of being an
This
electrician.
lab pass mean anything to you?
Nothing.
Have you seen this man?
Do you recognize this man?
No.
Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
Okay.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
Did you just walk by him?
The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Like you just walk by this old guy.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, don't be a creep, George. This puzzle's pretty obvious. You have like one thing you can click on. Turn off his water, and he goes to turn
The
it back
hose
on.
ran from some sort of utility
Edit
room
house.
all the way to the lawn. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
Hmm. Something that compresses, perhaps.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, Senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Interesting. Well, we're definitely going to go in the house, aren't we?
I love suits of armor. Who doesn't? The armor was about my size. I had a mental vision of putting it on and clanking off to see the Countess, with the gardener hanging hopelessly on the outside trying to stop me. Apart from being stupid and unworkable, it was a great plan.
Down this way. Is this where the dogs are? Oh dear, oh dear. There was a way up, wasn't there?
Hey,
Ah,
you.
crap.
Who, me?
Come here.
I know this doesn't look good, but
Look, senor, all I want is a quiet life. A life without mad, house-breaking foreigners in it. Understand?
Look, I just wanted to, use the bathroom.
Leave now, please.
Okay, I'm going.
So, let's try that again, shall we? Maybe I should just bugger off up the stairs. Or not.
Hey, you on the stairs.
Oops. I know this doesn't look good, but
Look, senor, all I want is a quiet life. A life without mad, house-breaking foreigners in it. Understand?
Look, I just wanted to, use the bathroom.
Leave now, please.
Okay, I'm going.
I'm gonna get by him some way. Oh, wait. I've got it. Anger the dogs, hide behind the armor. Also, look at the codpiece in this thing, man.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm...
I thought you'd seen me there. Go, George. Upstairs. Go. Oh, hello. Quickly, George, quickly.
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't. It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there.
Right, go. Sod that little room. Oh, hello.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station.
Would you let him walk
Very
around
well.
your house?
Please, sit down.
Okay, next Templar.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the De
That's what you
Vasconcelos, the
think.
line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your
George.
children.
George.
Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Is it in the clock?
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a...
Hello.
Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dog?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh,
Come with me.
This is where we're going to feed you to the dogs.
Senor,
yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier. A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
Do a thing with this.
Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. It was I guessed it was... The mausoleum contained 5 tombs.
Same thing again. Trying random stuff now. Let's talk to the old lady.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Not good.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
And look at the shields, man. Big, massive Crusader crosses.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You
Oh,
cannot
she's getting
mean...
it. She's getting
This
it.
place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary.
Seriously, you've not put 2 and 2 together to make 4 in all this time?
Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time, we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
Yes, you're dumb.
It was
Dumb
wonderful
lady.
to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All
Fair
those
enough.
years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Now hurry!
Lopez of origin.
This is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos. Is he the guy who went missing?
See, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to
You
Don
don't, yeah.
Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
That's never good, is it?
Ah, Lopez, you have the pieces.
See, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady,
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It
Of course it does, it was
Working
obvious.
quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Oops. Luckily, I know chess, so I'm assuming it should be like a standard sort of chessboard layout. It is an assumption, mind you. So castle, bishop, bishop on this side. No, 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 no. Get back here. White, blue, red, green. Come on. Blue, red, green. White, blue, red, green. I should have checked that one. Red, white, blue, green. Red, white, blue, green. That's kind of close. Got to be the front. You can't really be. Oh dear God. Just trial and error right now. Because I didn't really read the instructions, I'm just putting stuff in the places. Come on. Come on. Interface for this is pretty poor. Come on, you. Yeah, there we go. Queen goes there. Bishop goes there.
With the red pieces in place, the square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
Square pieces onto white pieces. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have no idea what I'm trying to make here.
Bingo! I mean,
Right, was I trying to make checkmate, was I? Okay.
Senor Stobart, look!
what is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred a few days later.
That's what you say, George. That's
So
what
the
you say.
curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no, the Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice, but there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The
Why are you
chalice
jealous
is
of an old
important,
Spanish
I'm
woman,
sure.
Nico?
The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. This is
Chalice.
the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my
Come on,
grandmother.
Nico. No. Stop being jealous.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Right. So. I am going to guess that the chalice on the lens should go on this thing here. The statue. I personally think it's the lens. Let's show this guy the chalice and see what he says.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Look at this chalice.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
You don't really polish antiques.
No, that's okay.
As you wish.
This chalice is kind of tarnished, isn't it?
Would you like me to polish it,
Like,
monsieur?
clearly I should have said yes.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
Look at the polish in action.
On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
It's got to be the lens. Got to be. Come on, it's got to be the lens. I can't seem to get this on right.
The lens fitted into the end
Yes.
of the scroll like a hand into a glove. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Hey,
Ooh. It's a kaleidoscope. That's got to be up there. It's a head, isn't it? Something to do with his hand? Oh, there's lettering at the bottom, that'll help. Something XIV. These are letters we've got to go that way. Oh,
the distortions came
There we go.
sharply and broken. It was a Knight Templar burning at the stake.
Jacques
And
Mallet,
below him a
surely.
date in Roman numerals. A Knight Templar burning at the stake. And a date. Let me see. MCCCXIV. That's 1314.
I knew the 14, I did not know the 13. Wow, we've done a lot. Oh, actually tells I've got to go to Ireland as well. That's nice. Right, gives my chalice back.
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That
This one?
winged horse is quite distinctive.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meum lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought
That was on the
too.
manuscript.
I noticed that the stain...
You have a key. It was as a...
Yes, yes, yes,
Wait.
yes, yes. We know all about the damn thing.
Boy, what a shine you got on this.
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Well, being a priest, I'm sure you get a fair bit of that.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Right, and it says to look at this. It has a
Now
magnifying
that my
glass.
attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it. But the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My
That
eye
was
was
easy.
drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb.
He's
Hey,
been lost for 7
maybe these
centuries.
biblical
Oh, there he
references
is.
mean something.
Okay, not gonna lie, this is like a weird jigsaw. Oh, Dal. Is that done? No? Okay. Oh, Corinthians 1. No, wait. Corinthians 1, 4,
Corinthians
5.
14:5. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examine the tomb more closely, there
14:5.
might be other clues to find.
1, 4, and 5, you know. I suppose it's right 10s, 4s, and a 5. Yeah, okay. Majoram? No. Psalms?
Psalms 32:7. The numbers refer to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
Another Psalms. And more. No, maybe not. Okay. Dear Monday. John 1st. John 5th. 4th. That's 4th. 6th.
John 4:11.
Well, that means that Sam's ends there, doesn't it?
Psalms 22:21. There were no more references to find, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something.
I know it's a game, but how does he know there's nothing else to find?
32:7. John 4:11. Corinthians 1:4-5. And just one more. Psalms 22:21. I may not be
No
perfect,
one's ever known
but I've
this.
got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some
good one
significance
there.
all of its own. Okay, Psalms, the chalice.
It's just the same thing.
To think of the long centuries that it kept it secret.
Oh, that was an interesting noise.
Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
Right.
A stone knight lay in full stone, carrying all...
Yeah. Talk to the priest again, maybe? If I don't get anywhere, I'll go back to
Hello again, Father.
Montmartre? I don't
Bonjour,
know.
monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Let's see.
Catch you later.
Au
Before.
revoir, monsieur.
Do we go back and talk to Nico about it? That's just for Urbino, isn't it? Museum, busted police, Rougerie. We should go back to Ireland. Or, you know, maybe not. It's like France or nothing. Well, again, museum. Where's the museum? Andre's the man to go to regarding interesting finds.
Hi, Andre.
Hello,
We should show him
Georgie.
the chalice.
No way.
Or not.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris,
Where?
at the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Dun dun dun.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Now we magically have Sight de Baphomet. This guy looks like to be a cracker. So I'll leave it there before exploring the brand new site. We'll pick it back up next time. As always, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comments. I'll just save this before I forget. And have fun. Enjoy, and that's me, Dragon Wolf, signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.